I overheard two moms talking the other day, and they were just miserable about having to teach math to their children. And one mom said to the other mom, you know what, sometimes I just don't even think algebra is needed for life. Maybe we should just let them skip it. And the other mom said, well, the problem is I'm still teaching fractions to my little ones. So sometimes math is really hard, but we know that they need it for life skills, for lots of different things, whether they need it for just around the house and converting a recipe, or they need it to become a construction worker someday. They're going to need fractions. Just no way around that. How can we help make teaching fractions a little bit easier for our children? I'm going to draw here a lump of Play-Doh, and you're going to have to use your imagination. Let's say you make some homemade Play-Doh, and let's say you put it into little Ziploc sandwich bags and kept it in your school drawer where you keep all of your math manipulatives, you know, your buttons, your coins, your rulers, and your protractors, and all of those things. And here's a bag filled with Play-Doh. And let's say that you're working on foundations of arithmetic with your children, and they read in their math book that they need to learn about proper terminology for fractions. They need to know what a numerator and a denominator is, and maybe this is the example. Which one's the numerator? Which one's the denominator? Well, the top one here, this one is the numerator, and this one is the denominator. Well, we can just teach it to them on a worksheet, or we can learn things like humans have been learning them ever since creation, and we can get our hands in the dirt, or in this case, the Play-Doh. And we can get out our lump of Play-Doh, and we can divide it into 3 little balls. And maybe you make them nice and smooth, and you say, okay, I have 3 balls. That's the denominator. The bottom number tells us how many balls of Play-Doh we have. And then we take one of them and we put a big X on, squish it down into the Play-Doh, and we say that is the numerator, and that one is always the top number. And then you could try using your Play-Doh to make lots of other little fractions to help them out. Or let's say we're having to compare 2 fractions and decide if one of them is the same as the other one or not, or if it's equivalent. Let's say that we're trying to figure out 1/2 of a pizza is equal to how many fourths of a pizza. Well, that's easy. Get out your lump of Play-Doh and maybe make 2 lumps. Maybe make 2 pizzas. That's the best way to do it. And you can cut one of those pizzas in half. Give them a kitchen knife or something. And then take the other, roll it out into a pizza, and take your kitchen knife and slice it into 4 slices. Now, you could take one of these 2 pieces of pizza. Remember, 2 is the denominator, and there are 2 slices, and you could take one of them. Well, you can say that's half of a pizza, right? Or over here, how many pieces of pizza is it going to take to make half of that pizza? There you go. Now that's just like working on a worksheet. Imagine this is Play-Doh, and you've got your hands on it, and a kitchen knife, and a rolling pin, and you're doing it on the kitchen table, and you're having fun, and maybe some of your kids actually snitch a bite of your homemade Play-Doh, and you're pretending to put pizza toppings and cheese on it, and you're having so much fun. You could add or subtract fractions. You could compare them to see which one is a larger fraction and which one's smaller. You could learn how to reduce and simplify fractions down into smaller terms. All of it with Play-Doh. You don't have to keep everything in your school day on a piece of paper with a worksheet. You can use the worksheet or the instructions in your Together Math drills to have more fun, to just get out the actual hands-on things, whether it's Play-Doh or an actual pizza or an apple, and you can learn math better than you ever would have been if you did it with just paper and pen. This is Ann Elliott from Homeschooling Torah. I hope this helps you out.